Have you ever heard the expression, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely? Well, there's so much truth and wisdom behind these words. If you don't like your own company, why would you expect someone else to genuinely like it? What if I told you the only way to access your true power and highest potential is in? What if I told you the only way to feel, give, and receive love is by going through a period of solitude? Would you still be interested to find out more? Would you still put in the effort to go through solitude, which sometimes is mistaken with loneliness? Are you willing to pay this price in order to grow stronger? I'm not here to sugarcoat this message. I'm here to tell you the truth most people are afraid of. The truth is that solitude is a unique state of being where you can truly know yourself. Solitude is underrated and has a bad publicity attached to it. Everyone is saying you have to have lots of friends, you have to be friendly and sociable, but they ignore entirely the most important factor. The fact that only in solitude, only in your own company, you truly connect with yourself. Only in your own company, take in, analyze, and reassess your relationships, the outside world, and life. Only in solitude, you ask yourself the true and big questions of life. Only in solitude, you really cut out the noise. Solitude is the only place where you look in the mirror and see the real you. In periods of solitude, you don't rely on other people to give you strength, validation, faith, courage, motivation, or purpose. You rely only on yourself. And for this reason, when you go through such a period and reach on the other side, you emerge more enlightened, more focused, more free, more loving, and more authentic than ever. I'm guessing almost everyone these days see and feel a sense of transformation and evolution on an individual level. It's like there is something in the air, a new and fresh breeze of empowerment, like it wasn't there before. Why do you think most people awakened during COVID pandemic? Because forced by circumstances, they had no choice but to go within themselves, to return home, to reconsider their life and their place in this life, to really know themselves. We are living unprecedented times. It's an extraordinary time to live on Earth. So much shifts, empowerment, liberation, transformation. The shifts are happening on an individual level, and it's easy to miss them if you don't look closer. It's easy to be distracted if you're not connected to your environment. Solitude and being on your own is such a natural state of being, and we have to normalize it once again. Do you think a mountain is standing there wondering if it feels lonely or not? I know you've been programmed from an early age to think that solitude is somewhat similar to loneliness. But think for yourself for one moment. You came into this world in this singular form called body. It is yours and yours alone, separated from somebody else's. You and you alone are responsible for yourself, day in, day out. You and you alone go through and face all the challenges and struggles of your life. And you will also transcend from this life into another dimension on your own. So, isn't it obvious that your power will also come from within yourself? I know it's crazy scary to think about life in this way. How is life supposed to be fulfilling if I'm all by myself? But this is not definitive. Solitude is just a period, a stage, or a season in your life. Just like metamorphosis is a transformation process of a caterpillar into a butterfly, or like winter is hibernation season for some bears. Life is not meant to be experienced all by ourselves or alone all the time, but we are meant to enjoy our own company. We are meant to grow, evolve, and embrace our uniqueness in the confinement of our own being. We are meant to support and embrace the real and the authentic, not the fake and the superficial. How come every time you are around people, you alter yourself? You chameleon yourself into somebody or something else? I'm not saying it's a bad thing you'd want to accommodate someone else into your life. On the contrary, it's one of the best proofs of love you could ever show to someone. But you will also have to become aware of the fact that there is a difference between who you are when you're around other people and who you are when you're alone. Which one is the real you? If you don't know who you truly are, if you don't like your own company, then you will always avoid spending time on your own, and you will always want to latch yourself onto someone else. But I'll tell you a little secret. Once you start to like and accept yourself and your uniqueness, other people will also start to like you even more. In order to go through a period of solitude safely, first, you have to be really brave. Second, you have to have a healthy, strong, and goal-oriented mindset to know that your undergoing is worthwhile in the end. And I have to be really honest with you. The solitude seasons can be really challenging sometimes, but not necessarily. It's not implied you will struggle, but it's implied you will have to take on a lot more responsibility and be a lot more conscious. The rewards, 100% worth it. Real inner power, authenticity, creativity, freedom, consciousness, and self-love. And guess what? Because you've developed a profound acceptance, understanding, and love for yourself, you'll also be able to reflect, give, and receive it to and from someone else without thinking twice. This is why inner work will always give you results in the outside world as well. I know many people would rather wait for a savior to come into their lives and save them. But I've got bad news for you. No one's coming. You are your own savior. Start to rely on yourself, to be loyal, understanding, and loving to yourself. And the rewards will follow. So, are you up for the season and in for the rewards?